Cion is actually a really great camera if you're approaching it as an independent filmmaker, because the whole concept of this camera was to be very open and easy to use. Now that applies in a lot of different areas. First and foremost, the design of the camera is really elegant, really simple, over-the-shoulder design. You're going to be able to take this camera right out of the box and start shooting with it. There's not a lot of gear that you need to connect to it. You can expand it as far as you want, but really right out of the box we have something that's going to be usable and easily accessible. You don't have to go through a lot of menus to figure out how to format the camera, how to get it to start making good-looking pictures. It's going to do that right off the bat. So first of all, we've got a PL mount at the front here. So this is a PL lens mount, and our sensor is just under a Super 35 sensor. So you've got a setup that's going to give you full coverage off of your lenses, and then we're able to process that imagery and record it as ProRes files directly on the camera. So the camera has a recorder built into it that records full 4K ProRes files, 444, at up to 60 frames per second. So that gives you a lot of flexibility right on the camera. And these media drives are SSD drives. They're really reliable. We make them ourselves and test the media, so we know it's going to be reliable. We know it's going to get the shot. You're never going to have to worry about media failures. Now you can take that media, because it's a ProRes file, we can take that right after we finish shooting, attach it to a system through a dock, and now we're able to copy that right into our editing system and start editing. So you've got a really quick and easy way of getting from shooting stuff right into editorial. You don't have to mess around with a lot of different codecs. You don't have to mess with all kinds of different processing and post-processing and pre-processing. You take the files off of the camera and you start editing. It's just that easy. So once you've got this camera going, it's light enough to be able to go out and run and gun shoot with. The actual body is only 6.4 pounds, and it's solid magnesium construction. So you've got something that's very lightweight, but also very sturdy. So it's going to be able to handle life on the road, anything you're going to throw at it as you tote it around from place to place. Quick setup, really easy to get into your menus, get shooting. We didn't want to have something that was going to get in the way of your creativity. We want something that's really going to be able to just emphasize that and allow you to move as quickly as you need to move. You don't always have a lot of time, so it's important to be able to set up quickly, get the shot, and move on. And that's the camera that Cion is. So connectivity is one of the really important features with Cion, and we wanted, again, to have everything to be very open, easily accessible. And that goes not just in the connectors themselves, which are all industry standard connectors like BNCs and HDMI ports, but also in the location of each port. We wanted things to be in the right place so that everything's accessible and it's right where you need it to be. So we have connections that are near the front of the camera for viewfinders and other accessories, and then near the back we've got some additional connectors for being able to feed video out, as well as reference or timecode feeds in. So you have a lot of connections that are all easy to use, and the accessories that you're going to be able to put on this camera are the kind that you're just going to be able to buy from any third-party vendor. So there aren't any specific accessories that you need. We've got a few that we're making ourselves for things like base plates and a few other odds and ends, but primarily you're really going to be looking at third-party vendors for things like viewfinders and other accessories like mounting plates, or even a slider system so that you can get some nice dolly shots. All of these are things that the Cion's going to plug right into really easily, and every connector on here is a 1/4-20, a standard connection, or XLRs for your audio. So you've got something that's going to be easy to find cables for, and you're never going to be stuck going, where's that custom connector that I needed? You've got everything you need right on the camera. On the side here, these are the SDI outs, so we can take up to a 4K SDI signal coming off of here and feed it to any system that can record or display that signal. We've got SDI BNCs and, we've got HD BNC and HDMI for HD resolution feeds. Those are down converted from our 4K images, but you get a nice clean feed coming off of there that you can feed into standard HD monitors for lower cost monitoring on set. Then moving forward on the camera, we've got standard XLR connectors for your audio, another BNC which gives you your SDI monitoring connection, and on the top here we've got LANC connectors for start-stop connectivity. There's a bunch of vendors out there that make all kinds of LANC-based accessories for being able to control start and stop. as well as another HDMI, and then power. We've got a P-tap right here that you can use to power any accessories like a viewfinder. All of that's located right at the front of the camera, so it's easily accessible. On the very front here, we've got a standard rosette, and there's another one on the other side of the camera as well, so tons of accessories that plug right into that as well. So you can see the whole camera is built around just being able to accessorize it, using things that come right off the shelf, and you can plug them right in wherever you need them.
For more information, please visit our website at www.digitalcinemacourse.com.